Breaking news, my friends. It looks like Odell Beckham may be getting suspended one game. Let's give you some background here on Mike and Mike.
Because the overall lack of maturity, getting out of the moment, and also just thinking about himself. From Odell's standpoint, it was a lot of very, very selfish things. And I believe it's been building over the course of, he's had a short career. It's been building. And have players started taking shots at him, start taking exception, to some of the things he does, the one-hand catches before the game, the different colored shoes and gloves and everything. Yes, there's a lot of jealousy, but can he handle that? And yesterday he showed that he snapped. And you could see, because he's a good kid and he merely means well, but in that game, he snapped. Josh got the best of him mentally, which caused Odell to ensue with these other actions. There are multiple infractions.
Good kid. If that was Des Bryant, they would be ranting and raving about how he should be kicked out of the NFL.
Odell hurt his neck. So now you have two players in a confrontation. So now Odell is thinking, I'm going to get him back. Because my neck is hurting. He slammed me on one of the first two plays of the game. Now I'm going to get him back. And then it became personal. And it got involved in the game, and he really hurt his team.
I want to get your thoughts in a minute, but I have Schefter holding, so let me go to him quickly, because clearly the biggest question that comes from this, with the Giants essentially playing for their lives Sunday night at Minnesota, in fact they are, they have to win out to have any chance of winning the division, and they still need other things to go their way. They will play Sunday night against Minnesota, and we are awaiting a ruling from the league. Our NFL insider Adam Schefter is working the phones, and he joins us live with the very latest. Schefter, what are we hearing this morning?
Oh, good morning, guys. How you doing? Hello, Cece. Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike. And this is a situation where the league is discussing this morning, but it certainly sounds like a one-game suspension is going to be likely. And I think when you look at this, you look at the pattern of behavior that the league has established, that OBJ has established, and when you look at it, essentially, there's a case where earlier in the year, Aqib Talib was suspended one game for poking his eye into the face of a Colts defender. Is this what OBJ did yesterday? Is this worse than that, on the level of that? Not the same as that? You tell me. That's one of the things that the league will determine this morning. You also take into account OBJ's history. Fined at separate times for kicking somebody last year, for hitting somebody within the past year, the Bills safety Duke Johnson. There was a Rams player, I believe, but they're two separate fine incidents. And you take his behavior within the past year, you take a look at the way the league has ruled on certain cases this season, most notably the Aqib Talib case. You put that all together, and when you spit that out, you come up with a likely one-game suspension today for OBJ, which I'm sure he then would appeal. And obviously, it's a decision that would have major ramifications in a number of ways. Number one, you have, as you mentioned, Greeny, a team fighting for its playoff life. It's going to be hard to win without its most dynamic playmaker. The game is on Sunday night, national TV. That shouldn't and probably doesn't enter the decision. But NBC's not going to be happy about having one of the marquee players in all of sports taken off the field for a game in prime time. Doesn't help the situation. So, again, there's going to be a fallout from yesterday. There's no doubt, and it really sounds like a one-game suspension is going to be handed down at some point today.
Real quick, we all think that as well. Real quick, do you think Josh Norman gets fined?
Yeah, I think he'll get fined. I think that he won't escape from this scot-free. I don't think what he did yesterday was nearly as egregious as what OBJ did, but I'm sure he will be receiving at least one letter from the NFL about his behavior as well.
Yeah, all three of us agree with that. Beckham would become, if he is suspended, the first ever offensive player to be suspended for a helmet-to-helmet hit. Quickly, Schefter, just from the people you were talking around the league, what were they saying, particularly those at the league, about the way the officials handled the whole situation yesterday, big picture, and specifically not ejecting Beckham after that helmet-to-helmet play?
I'll say this. The officials, the officiating has been under tremendous scrutiny this year. And the officials simply lost control of that game. They did not act in the way that they should have. Officials should be authoritative. They weren't. They should be decisive. They weren't. And to me, in this particular case, they have to be downgraded at the very least. And I think anything that OBJ gets, the officials should get too, because they let it go on that long.
All right, I'm told I have to let Schefter go. Schefter,
Stay tuned, friends. There will be more as it breaks. Thanks for watching the Joe Boo Report. Remember, click subscribe.